My name is Sam. It's a name that should bring comfort, a simplicity that feels safe and approachable. But for me, it's a curse, a tether to something I can't escape. Let me tell you why. I grew up in a small, nondescript town, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, where secrets are whispers carried by the wind. My family had lived in the same creaky, old house for generations. It was a two-story relic with peeling wallpaper, crooked stairs, and a peculiar attic that no one ever talked about. As a child, I was told never to go up there, and I listened. That is, until I turned 16. Started with a dream, vivid and unnervingly real. In it, I was standing in the attic, surrounded by stacks of ancient books and dusty boxes. The air was thick with decay, and in the center of the room was a large, ornate mirror. Its frame was gilded, but the glass was fogged and rippled, as though it held something struggling to break free. My reflection stared back at me, but it wasn't entirely mine. The eyes were darker, the smile too wide. My reflection tilted its head and whispered, "Sam, it's time." I woke up drenched in sweat, my heart pounding. I told myself it was just a nightmare, but the pull to the attic became unbearable. By nightfall, I couldn't resist any longer. The door to the attic was stiff, as though it hadn't been opened in years. The wooden stairs groaned under my weight, and the smell of mildew and something else, something metallic, grew stronger with every step. When I reached the top, I froze. The room was exactly as it had been in my dream. The books, the boxes, and the mirror. I walked toward it, each step heavier than the last. My breath fogged the glass, but my reflection was clear. Too clear. It stared back at me, unmoving as I shifted my head, lifted my hand. It didn't mimic me. It watched me. Then it smiled. "You finally came," it said. Its voice was mine, but distorted, like a recording played backward. "I've waited so long." I stumbled back, tripping over a box, but the reflection didn't break eye contact. Its grin widened, stretching unnaturally across its face. "You took my name," it hissed, "my life. But it's my turn now." I tried to scream, but no sound came out. The room felt like it was closing in, the air growing thick and heavy. My reflection raised its hand and pressed it against the glass. I felt a burning sensation on my chest, as though it were touching me from the inside. The last thing I saw before everything went black was its eyes. Hungry, malicious, and too familiar. When I woke up, I was lying on the floor of the attic. The mirror was gone, as if it had never been there. My chest burned, and when I looked down, I saw a mark, an intricate symbol etched into my skin, faint but undeniable. I tried to tell my parents, but they just shook their heads, saying there was no mirror, that I must have been dreaming. Even my closest friends dismissed me. Life went on, but nothing felt the same. I'd catch glimpses of my reflection in windows, puddles, and mirrors, and it would linger just a moment too long, smirking when I wasn't. My voice would echo in strange ways, bouncing back words I hadn't said. And then people around me started disappearing. First, it was a friend who had come over to study. He excused himself to use the bathroom and never returned. His parents thought he'd run away, but I knew better. Then my little sister vanished, her room empty as though she'd never existed. The worst part was that no one remembered them. Not their names, not their faces. No one except me. Now I'm alone in this house, trapped with something I don't understand. The mark on my chest grows darker every day, the whispers louder. Every time I see my reflection, it looks more like it than me. And every night, I hear its voice echoing through the walls, the floors, the air itself. My name is Sam, but not for much longer.